Hey TPT sellers, it's Mike from SEOTpreneur. In today's episode, it's kind of exciting. I'm heading on a train to go chat with my friend Enrica. You might recognize her. She co-hosted the master class on TPT search SEO stuff. I find one of the hardest things about being a teacherpreneur or a TPT seller or a digital nomad is that you work alone. You're constantly in your own little bubble working on creating content. So one of the things I'm trying to do is to create spaces for like-minded people like yourself, people who are watching this video, TPT sellers, the true SEOTpreneur. And one of the ways I'm trying to do that is through Zoom meetings. Super excited because Enrica and I, we're going to do our weekly Zoom meeting with SEOTpreneurs in our little homework club and maybe chat with some people in the States. Who knows what'll happen? By the way, if you are going to TPT Forward in Boston this year, I'd love to hang out. So let me know in the comments if you'll be there. Otherwise, let's see what happens on today's episode. All right, check this out. So I'm in France right now, and it got me to thinking because I'm heading to Italy, and I'm kind of used to things in French. But now I'm heading to Italy where I don't think things will be that different, but it'll be different just enough that it'll be a little bit hard for me to figure things out, right? Like I don't speak Italian. I'm sure I could figure it out. But then that sort of got me thinking about how TPT sellers, we love I'll try selling on TPT. I'll try selling on Teach Simple. I'll try selling on other things. I imagine French and Italian and Spanish, they're all kind of similar, yet all kind of different. For me, I don't have a lot of energy points to sort of sustain learning different things. I can, but I think I'd rather focus on one area. That's my choice. Whereas, of course, lots of other people think there's an advantage to be the first mover. And so maybe if you're the first mover on Teach Simple, there's something to be there. I don't know. What do you think? Hey there. So I just got into Italy. And I've been thinking about this. I'm from Canada, and you know how when you travel someplace, there's a little bit of culture shock because everything is similar but slightly different, same but different. And so then I wonder, is being a teacher and a teacherpreneur kind of like the same thing? Being a teacherpreneur, it's more than just being a teacher, because being a teacher, you just create the content, you deal with the classroom management. But being a teacherpreneur, you have to figure out how to market the package, the resource. You can have the best resource in the world, but if you don't gain traction, if people don't see it, if you don't get sales, you just don't get movement, you don't get noticed, even though it's the best product in the world, you may not succeed. Likewise, you could have a mediocre product, but if you have great sales, great marketing, then maybe you get left off in a way that seems unfair. So I wonder if you're a teacher and then you become a teacherpreneur, it's kind of I wonder if it's not like culture shock, where you have to sort of figure out things are similar but different.
You meet people, a person online from the other side of the world, and you think that you will never meet him in person, and
right?
Then one day we are here, we are hugging, we are hanging out together, and it's amazing.
And we're talking on a Zoom meeting, but not side by side because of the echo. So going to different rooms.
It's fun. It's something special that I will remember for a year.
Me too. I think what was interesting was because your store has done better, I wonder if you'll get a chance to work full-time TPT and go to a TPT Forward or something. Would you ever do that? If you could?
I'd love to do that. I don't know if I would be interested in TPT Forward. I think I would find it overwhelming.
Okay.
It's really too much. So,
yeah.
But I do love I would love a TPT on conference, something a little less formal in New York.
Yeah.
And I got to see the Central Park.
Yeah.
And I don't know, who knows, maybe I would be able to do that. Right now I'm really far away from that, but who knows?
I don't think they're that far
someone
away.
told me 3 years ago that I would have been where I am now, I would say you're crazy. Someone told that the beautiful thing of TPT is that the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
You have no limit, you have no potentially you can grow in an incredible way, and I think that this gives TPTers a lot of energy.
I love that you feel that way, and I wonder who's watching. Like if there's like old school TPT sellers who are jaded. No, there's if you didn't get here right at the beginning, then you lost all. Like it's you can't crack that ceiling.
Everybody can crack everything. The problem is that the time and the effort that you put in it, because it's not free.
Yeah.
What is it, TPT? You can't create a couple of resources and spit it there and then forget about it.
Yeah.
It requires constant work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work, and it depends how much you enjoy doing that work.
Because if you don't like it, you'll give up because it's.
I think that TPT is full of these stores that open and then a couple of resources and then realize that it's not so easy and then quit.
How much time would you say you work on your store now?
I think 1-2 hours a day.
And how much did you start with?
I think I started with something more. Most of the days my work on TPT is on the evenings from 9 to 10 p.m. and that's it. What I'm able to do in that time is what I get done in the day.
If you were going to tell past you one piece of advice, what would it be?
Study, learn before doing it. Because, I had no idea what I was doing, really. I really had no idea. And if I had studied a little more at the beginning, probably it would have been easier and faster. But this is who I am. I am the one who never reads the instructions, and so that's what I had to do things.
That's so funny. I have the exact opposite point of view, which is why I think I like working with you, because I would have advised to just start. Because if the sooner you start, the sooner you make the mistakes and you learn what not to do.
Maybe I made too much mistakes. The best piece of advice that I think both of us could give to a person who wants to start: enjoy the journey.
Yeah, it really, because if it's not fun, you'll stop.
You'll give up.
Okay, so final question, the real final question. If future you built a time machine and said hello to you now and gave you advice, what do you think future you from 5 years would come and say to you now?
Create more printables.
Yeah, the printables are the way to go. You're not wrong, because teachers...
90% of teachers want printables. I have 17 printables in my store and 434 digital resources.
Okay, so I think future Mike, like 5 years from now, Mike coming here would tell me I need to get a virtual assistant or just outsource some of the things. But I think future Mike would also say to you, if you have 400 resources, you should outsource that. Like start with your best sellers, like come up with like criteria of what the person to do.
I should.
What we need is future Mike to tell us the names of the VA to work with.
That's perfect.
Yes, that's what we should do.
Future Mike, come here and tell us the name.
We're ready for you. So I always forget to say that. To
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
And you also get a piece of me. Not only Mike.
She's
I'm more
in the
exotic.
SEOTpreneur network, which means you should sign up.
So Mike will visit you.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
So today was a lot of fun. I got to hang out with Enrica in Italy and spend the whole day just talking about TPT, right? Like just talking about our stores and things that we've observed. And we did a Zoom chat, which was kind of funny. And make sure you watch to the very end, because she and I have actually completely opposite advice for previous. Like if we could go back in time and give ourselves advice, she and I have completely opposite views on what we would tell our past selves. And I thought that was fascinating. Last night I had a dream where I was teaching and my class wasn't listening, and I was like trying all these things. I didn't have my voice, and eventually I was able to win him over, and I miss that. I miss performing in front of the classroom and engaging with the students and sort of winning them over and acknowledging where they're at and getting them to recognize, like trying to get through that learning experience. And I miss that. But I also like the now. I like being able in the middle of May to travel and to connect with other TPT sellers. That's something I couldn't have done before. I would be right in the thick of teaching right now, trying to get marks. I do enjoy this process of slowly trying to reinvent myself. And the long picture goal is just to become so good people can't ignore me. And I'm talking about active citizenship and the need to talk out about just things that we see in the community. And that critical thinking piece, especially with ChatGPT being here and artificial intelligence, that is a game changer. I think the message to pass Mike would be, especially, if I think about a couple of years ago, I would have been right in that mental health crisis. I remember at the time thinking, well, I don't know what. I know there's a path through the mountains, I just don't know what that path is. And I don't know if it would have helped to see where I am at now, to know that I am able to sort of get through things. But right now, like I'm in a better place, and I'm happy to be in a better place. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are moments, right? Like lots of moments. But I've learned a lot about myself, and I think that's something that I want to share with TPT sellers and other people who do. And it's a great game if you find joy in the process. And if you like selling on TPT, or being a teacherpreneur, or being an entrepreneur, and you're going to TPT Forward, you should absolutely hang out. I would love to connect with you. So please leave a comment. Let's go from there. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, you're still watching. That's awesome. I'm not in Italy anymore. I'm actually in Boston right now, getting ready for TPT Forward, which starts tomorrow. Kind of excited, kind of nervous. It's kind of like the first day of school. You're not really sure what's gonna happen. You're not really sure if you're gonna make a friend, but I'm kind of excited to see what happens. So if you're curious to hear about how TPT Forward went, leave the message TPT Forward in the comments before Thursday, and I have something special for you. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Stop.